So, what do we do?
Stay with Ader, I guess.
That's a different choice from the one I made last time.
Oh, okay.
Of course, Aina couldn't care less about Gyof's problems or any request for privacy. She was only concerned about others' well-being, and by well-being, I mean apparently questionable love life.
Should it be really questionable?
From a societal standpoint, it is considered as such. It's
Yes,
not
I gathered
right,
that.
but there you have it. Ader looked her way again. Aina's lip trembled, but she managed to keep a straight face. She tapped the cup, trying to remind him that it was there, and that she still very much wanted him to drink it. Sorry, boss, but I really don't want it. Beer just don't taste the same anymore. I've had better, sweeter things to drink, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. We know. He drank from a different cup, and now he cannot drink from any other cup ever.
Ay, 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 ay. I don't know why I said that, but okay. Aina's eyes were immediately drawn to the cup Ader pushed into her hands. You ever tried wine, boss? Like, for real grape wine? It's so good, it's even better than the mead we got back in the prairies. Just a few nights sipping grape juice, and I'm darn spoiled rotten. Haha! Aina stared at the foam edge, and the foam stared back. Okay, that was oddly existential for a moment. Would she really get an indirect... Really? Really? That again? Aina? Aina looked up again, somewhat startled, her gaze locked with Ader's. Ader gasped at the sight he had seen, bracing himself for something. The boy leaned in closer, still fixing his eye on Aina's. She didn't understand what he was trying to do, but he was managing to look really dumb while at it. You don't say...
Yep. That's the Sid Vicious look, alright.
I got off the brain that you do! Darn it all to oblivion. I really thought I did the thing this time. The thing? What thing? It earns... Ho ho ho! Ho ho ho! Ho ho ho!
Oh, Ada, my friend, we all eat horn someday, no?
No. No. Why? Why would you do that? What's wrong with you? Was it really that funny?
I don't know. Just a reaction like, no, what the frick's wrong with you? Sort of reaction.
Oh, this might be one of our best playthroughs, honestly. Boss? Boss? What are you laughing about? Aina shook her head vehemently. Horn Eater.
Horn Eater, do 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 do.
I bet my life, not for love, but for you, Horn Eater. And then her face met the table.
Table, meet Ina's face.
Yes,
Ina's face, meet table.
I said her face met the table, not the oxygen around her. I knew it! I knew it! I knew it! I knew it! You just wanted to get me all drunk to hear that. This is why I didn't tell you anything. I knew you just laugh at me. Like you're doing right now. What a bold assumption. Aina making jokes at the expense of others. Inclinations. Never.
I get the strange feeling this is partly a lie.
Okay, maybe she called the Gyof a horn heater at every occasion, but that was totally different. That was a totally different matter. She'd never call Ader a horn heater. Probably. Aina considered how very much not at fault she was as she shifted awkwardly on her seat, making the bag of coins tinkle. Of course! Aina held the coin out for Ader to see. His eyebrow twitched a little. You can't buy my forgiveness. She flicked her fingers, revealing 2 shiny Dorus. Oh, will you forgive me for a shiny Doru? No, no. Will you forgive me for 2 shiny Dorus? Yeah. Scooby-Doo.
Yes, I know. I actually remember that Scooby Snacks vid.
Yes.
Oh,
All right, maybe you can. I'm a harlot, basically. She opened her palm, revealing a few more coins, and then tapped on his forehead. 3, 4, 6 dollars for my thoughts? I don't know. It's really too personal to. The purse tinkled again when she eagerly slammed it against the table, almost breaking both. Again, what has the table done to you? First, you harm it with your fist, and then you face plant on it, and now this? You gotta promise me that if I tell ya, ya won't laugh at me. For real. Look at me, ma'am. This is my serious space. Ya promise? All that money and still making demands? Jeez.
Come on, this is not how bribery works.
Aina promised herself that she would at least make an attempt. All according to Keikaku.
All the Keikakus.
I'm a gaze reader. I read all the gaze. There's a lot of gayness coming from your hair, boss.
He's a gaze reader, alright. He's a gazelle reader.
No.
Eat a gasp.
Le gasp. A what? I can read minds. Ha 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 ha! I mean, choked laughter.
Laughter. I can't do Motley's laugh.
Was made. The darn, you got me. I really thought I could fool you this time around, but nope, you're just too smart for me, boss. Here, take your money back. My pa raised a liar, not a thief. Sniff.
Oh dear, it's 'cause it's true.
Ader took his cap to his mouth, drowning his laughter in the drink. Incapable of controlling her strength anymore, Aina patted Ader's back, which made him drop the drink over himself. Not the cape, darn it! I just washed it last moon. Oh, look at that soft, fuzzy.
That's some delectable fluff there.
Ader lifted the hem of the rag only could refer to as a cape, trying to determine the extent of the damage, and revealing something that definitely wasn't beneath it. Oh, you
Before.
mean those signs of scorched hand palms on his shoulders? Yes, those look mighty suspicious.
What is this, a Phantasmagoria 2 scene?
Phantasmagoria, a puzzle of deer! A burn? Aina reached out, attempting to touch the strange mark on Ader's chest. The boy recoiled immediately.
I don't know why, this pose reminds me now of Jerry Mouse when he's in the shower and then before he hits Tom with the, you know, on his nose with that brush.
Ah! Yes. Hey now, this ain't no place to get all touchy-feely, boss. We're in public.
You mean you do it privately?
I mean, you have to pay for it. Illigrab. I guess she did pay for it. Come to think of
Try
it.
to.
Illigrab would have argued that getting all touchy-feely was just as bad in private, but Ader never quite minded. Really? Old man never minding his own business? Feels like that? Really? Okay, if you say so. Ader never quite minded Aina invading his personal space when no one was around to tell her father, I am still burning over here! It was, nevertheless, a very strange thing to say for a boy that kept stepping over the line and hugging his boss no matter the situation. Ah, how am I ever gonna clean this?
Well, with
And
water. Oh,
then
hello.
This guy shows up.
Quite easily. All you have to do is rub the fabric with some distilled alcohol. Leaving it in salt water overnight could also do the trick. Believe me, I'm an expert when it comes to getting liquor stains out of my clothes.
That is a very specific expertise.
Yes, a very specific expertise indeed.
Just gotta give it a good rinse in the beach. Got it. Thanks for the tip, sir. Dad? Is that you? Is
this a Kung Fu Panda free situation?
Do you need anything else? I couldn't help but notice you sat down at our table uninvited.
Indeed I do. I could not help but notice that fine example of barhand craftsmanship accompanying you. I am beyond impressed by its degree of autonomy, and just look at the expressiveness in its eyes. I could swear that I saw a tear in them. How about Ina needs another adult?
Well, this is getting uncomfortable. A little bit. Barhan, what now? I don't know any witches. What are you going on about? Do we even know each other?
We absolutely do not. You may call me Burbis. Burbis. Or is it Burbis or Babis? It's probably Burbiz.
How about minding your own biz?
Yeah,
Have
mind
you
your
thought
own.
of that?
Mind your own Burbiz.
Exactly.
If you must spend your breath discussing anything other than this beauty, look at that skin. Porcelain could never be this pearly. Gods above! Is that alabaster?
Ader and Aina shared a confused look while Bearbeast kept rambling
He's
and
drunk, isn't he?
dancing, apparently.
He's a dancing, rambling drunk, isn't he?
Is he hitting on you?
And she's all like, no? However, the almost total absence of a snout and that triangular nose shape do not seem to align with the heavily embellished idea of the arcane held throughout the rise of the Basakasarat. A fawn, perhaps? No, of course not. Eyes so detailed, rounder shapes, and a small mouth. Oh, look at that blush, covering the nasal area and the cheeks.
She's being literally objectified.
The very expression of femininity. Undoubtedly unique.
And I must say, the awful green hair is a nice touch.
I don't like how he stares at her.
Dan right he's eating on you.
Of course, the Sephi may have had a twisted sense of humor shaping their servant like us, but they had their own moral standards. My point is, I never expected to see a golem with a female features. Could I somehow convince you to part with it? All right, you're gonna have to leave, sir. Oh, by Hitati. It even talks. How did you make it do that?
She. Aina's a she.
Yes, I said as much. Wait, what are those spikes between her teeth? Some sort of defense mechanism?
Would you like to have a tour of her mouth?
Oh my gosh, he is!
Oh gosh. Barbies pulled Aina's jaw open with his left hand, trying to get a closer look at her fangs. I'm sorry, is this a dog show now? Luckily for all the involved, Ader pulled Barbies' hands away from Aina's mouth, right as her jaw snapped close.
An automated shutdown function with timer for protection in the inner workings of the artifact! Ooh, how fascinating!
This guy has never seen a woman in his life.
Yes, he has never seen a living person.
Have ya lost your marbles? Don't go sticking your hand into people's mouths, ya creep!
Why, I would never. Oh, you are talking about the golem, are you not?
Aina is not a golem! I've been telling people about it since the beginning of this godforsaken game! But nobody listens!
Indeed, this is not a golem. This may very well be the golem. And I am very much willing to pay accordingly, I assure you. But to elevate it to the status of person...
Ollie Horns, is my accent too thick for damn northern ears? Aina is a doe. A doe?
Are you certain about that? I do believe I look more like a doe than she does. If you would be so kind to ignore the pun.
That she does?
Yes, she does. Also, he's gonna get a punch in the face.
Oh, so you're one of those does that saw off their horns? You mean trans?
You could have been a fair deal subtler about asking the question. Yes, I filed my claws for better accuracy, and yes, I lost my horns. But I am a man. You are no less a deer for having lost an eye, are you, sir?
I get the feeling you're mixing weight with chaff here, but I ain't gonna judge nobody for getting touchy about their horns. Sorry, Mr. Bearbees.
Make him apologize to Ader. Worry not, friend. Truly it is not the individual to be blamed, but a society that places unnecessary emphasis on weaponry and traditions from an age of intellectual darkness.
Here, I get so much grief for having small horns, but I says to anyone that looks at them wrong, ya got a problem with them horns? Cause I should be the only one worrying about my horns.
Indeed.
Okay. Goodbye, I'll leave you to
okay.
me.
Actually, no, she seems to be, pacing. Indeed, isn't the practice of turning our antlers to bones as a rite of passage simply barbaric? Without it, we would be free of accidents, such as the one that beset me and your need to overcompensate for your size complex.
Who told you about my size complex? Dear... wait, what? My
Wait, what?
Both Ader and Bearbeast turned to look at Aina. They'd clearly forgotten all about her.
Wow, look at that face. I could almost swear it looks offended.
Alright, let's go over this one more time. She, not it. I ain't saying that Aina looks like a doe, no siree, she is a doe. Mr. Bearbeast, and I'll buy no doe. With a feather, not a builder. Aina's gaze shifted the other way upon hearing the word doe, used to refer to her. She nodded anyway, not to leave Ader alone.
Well, it certainly is not uncommon for an engineer to consider his magnum opus a child. It is, however, extremely unnerving, much like your complete ignorance towards the unique characteristics of your acquisition. The albino-like features we are accustomed to stem from the decay of their original paint. The root of her fur and beet red underpaint on this Ina's nose indicate that she was most likely done originally.
He just keeps talking and never shuts up.
I would have punched this guy ages ago, you know. I see the green dye is recent, though. Copper dye, perhaps. A bold choice. Certainly not one I would have made myself.
Everybody has something to say about her haircut.
Yeah. With all due respect, sir, do you understand the kind of chemicals you are exposing your golem to? She's not a car!
She might as well be one, by the way this guy is describing her. Ader stood still, so very still it would seem he had turned to stone. Oh, this happens. Then the stone began moving. He got up very slowly, putting both hands on the table, until he was fully standing like the towering mass he was. You can't call her my boss. You can't call her my friend. You could call her a zillion bad names and she'd be all of them and more. Well, gee, thanks, Ader. But might I'd help ya if you call her my golem again. Ader's scream almost sent the Bearbeast's glasses flying. He still doesn't look impressed, though.
Yes, he looks very highly unimpressed.
Panting and clenching teeth was not an expression befitting a boy so sweet. Aina put a hand on Ader's arm. The boy stared at it for a moment before carefully shrinking back to his place on his seat. Ahem.
Ahem. If your eyesight is as bad as I suspect it is, perhaps you should consider acquiring a monocle, friend, or a relaxing cup of hemlock tea, both of which would do you much good. You're an ass. I can't believe it, but you're making me more mad than Gyof.
Oh, wow! That's saying something. Well, in fairness, we are clearly not supposed to like this guy.
Yes.
I am not so sure about Gyof, though.
I'm not sure of how you stumbled upon her, but I am what you might consider an expert on the subject of Basilarat.
Yes.
Basilarat as a whole.
Basakserat.
Oh, is there a K in there?
Yes.
Oh, it just looks like an L on my end. A Basakarasarat as a whole.
Okay, you know what? You know what? I don't care. Let's just move on.
Bascarat as a whole, and I can tell you, this is a golem.
She's not. Yes,
It's two.
it's happening, Devar. We're having
This
moment. Trademark. Is not.
Fine. I've been told that Rose seemed hard of hearing out of sheer stubbornness, but let no dear say I did not attempt to reason with you first. Prepare to be convinced, sir. What, you just gonna get a
Barby's cape flew open. He drew a dagger with his left hand and pointed it at Ader. Whoa, that escalated. Seeing this, the barkeep rushed over to their side. And what's all this then? Stop that, you half-wit! They're gonna destroy the tavern!
Who? That fool?
Before even an inch of the tiny blade had been revealed, Ader started running, and even though Burbis clearly didn't have any intention to pursue him, Ader kept running all the same. No, not the Sanford, the beast! The beast? Where? Where's the beast? I saw a beast!
Oh, not this again. Please. This is a golem. Honestly, are all of you villains near-sighted?
You are want to talk. Aina glared at Burbis with all her strength, but she'd promised not to cause a ruckus. All she could do was stand up to watch our brave buck immediately head in a panic to the other end of the room. A knight that ran in the opposite direction whenever he saw a pointy thing. Some knight that would be. Then again, Ader hadn't said anything about that for months. The only one to ever mention it anymore was Gyof. Of course, Ader had stopped talking about becoming a knight. He knew how ridiculous that sounded, and he had probably realized at some point what everyone knew. There was no hope for him. Once more, Aina had stayed behind. She had clung for dear life to the idea of a boy that had outgrown her, ridiculous as it sounded in that precise moment. Aina sighed to herself, finding the whole situation rather underwhelming, I'd say. She didn't even react to Burbis' approach. The so-called golem expert cut a small gap on Aina's trouser leg. As you do, normal person here.
Yeah, totally normal. Now face the irrefutable proof. Look at this! Wait, where are its joints? Maybe the other leg? No? Over there? How about up?
Oops.
Oh, wow. This is very anatomically correct.
I cannot believe this is happening.
What the
Ah! Photo taken moments before you die.
moment before destruction to one's face?
I mean, he deserved it.
He deserved it ages ago.
Well... Well, perhaps there was still hope for Ader. How was I supposed to know that that asshole, son of a beast, was Lord or whatever?